In this video, I'm going to teach you how to have more self-control with food at nighttime. So this is typically the time after work, after dinner, where things can go off the rails. Most of the people I work with, myself, I used to binge eat at night out of stress. It was like finally I got to relax, and then would either go sit on the couch and just eat all the things, or in bed and eat all the things. And it was really toxic because I knew that I didn't want to be eating it. I'd feel so guilty in the morning, and it just kept happening. And so how to break free from that is, number one, making sure that you are getting enough protein and real food throughout the day so that you are actually getting satiated. A lot of times we can be really busy during the day and either grabbing like carby convenient foods or just not eating enough during the day and then getting home and being ravenous or just craving so many more carbs and junk food because all day our blood sugar's been all over the place. So getting your blood sugar under control and eating enough throughout the day is going to help so much. And first step to having more self-control at night. So protein, when I mentioned protein, things like meat, eggs, fish, nuts, seeds, real food sources of protein. Ideally not like some chemically engineered protein shake, but like real food protein, which is it satiates you. It's going to help so much balance your blood sugar, and you're just going to have way less cravings at night. The second thing is to, a lot of times at night, recognize, are you stressed all day long? And do you have periods of time during the day that you take breaks, that you have time to decompress? And if not, that's okay. But what happens is that all day long, go, and then finally get home and it's just like, I want to numb out. I don't want to think about anything. And a lot of times food is associated with being able to do that. For many of us, food is an easy coping mechanism. It feels good to eat, and it's a lot of time associated with having a break or getting rest, feeling comforted. And so what can be so helpful is creating an afternoon time that you are just, even if it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, just closing your eyes. Like literally the most game-changing habit that I see with clients, it's so easy. It's that before they get home, whether it's like 3 o'clock or like 5 o'clock, that they go sit outside, ideally with the sun on their eyelids, and just breathe. And it may sound so ridiculous or too easy, too simple to be true, or maybe you just feel like, I can't sit still for 5 minutes, I've got too much to do. This 5 minutes or 10 minutes can restore you and give you so much more productivity, energy in the long run. Fill your cup back up. Let that stress from the day kind of dissolve. Just let yourself be. And if you find your mind super active, or you're like super agitated, or like you just can't feel like you can't sit still, that's okay. Be with that. It will calm down as you create this habit of like, this is your rest time. This time is for you. And letting your nervous system get down, like kind of soften, and let your nervous system get into what's called the parasympathetic mode. Let yourself start releasing some stress so that you're not having to run for food to go comfort yourself or to numb, because you're just getting that downtime to just release a little bit. I mean, this changes the way you'll show up with your family when you get home. Having just 5 minutes to yourself. Like, it sounds so simple, but it's so game-changing. And, like, I find it around 3 p.m., it is just like, I allow myself, I do 20 minutes. I just sit and I just restore, and I feel the stress of the day go away, and it's a really helpful break for me to move into the afternoon, the evening, and not to binge. So give this a try, and if sitting in stillness feels really hard, you can play a song, find a song that you can connect with, maybe go for a walk, but something that's very restorative, that you're not getting all that input, try not listening to a podcast or watching Instagram while you walk, or just like really allow this time of stillness for yourself. And it may be weird in the beginning if you're used to having just constantly being stimulated, but it will get easier, and then you'll start to crave it. Like I crave my afternoon meditations. And I used to be looking at my watch, like now it's like hit 20 minutes. I'm like, can I go for an hour? Like it feels so rejuvenating. So try this out. And also at night, tip number 3 is to create boundaries with yourself. At night, sugar cravings, ice cream cravings, like, they can be very strong at nighttime. And a lot of times it's because every night we come home and we sit on the couch and we eat ice cream. Well, our body gets conditioned to that. Or every time, if after dinner we go eat something sweet, we go get a bunch of chocolate, our body gets conditioned to that. So then right after the last bite of our meal, or the second we go sit on that couch, we start producing cravings, and our basically taste buds are craving the sweet taste. We're basically salivating for these foods that we're used to getting. I like to give the begging dog analogy. If you give a dog a treat every time you get home, and then all of a sudden you get home and you don't give your dog a treat, it's gonna like claw you and bark at you and gnaw at you because it's waiting. It's like, give me that treat. So we have to retrain the dog, or retrain our bodies that it's not gonna get those treats anymore, or that's gonna get a healthier version. And so you can do this two ways. You can either kind of cold turkey it, or give yourself a new habit to go for it. Like try it, like, wean off, go to dark chocolate, like 85%, 90%, 100% dark chocolate. Or like a lot of my clients do really well with creating a ritual when they get on the couch of drinking herbal tea. My favorite kind is chamomile lavender because it feels really sweet. Or you could do one that's like, there's another good one that's like apple cinnamon. And it's just so calming. And a lot of times that's what we're trying to get from the food anyways. So it's just like, start with the tea. In the beginning, just tell your mind, like, we're just gonna have a tea first, and then you can go get your snack or whatever. But just like baby steps, but start creating a new habit when you sit on the couch instead of grabbing for chips or grabbing for ice cream. Have that instead of after dinner, grab a hot tea after dinner instead of grabbing for something sweet, and recondition yourself. And then what's also really helpful at night is to have a time boundary, not to eat after a certain time, and make sure you're getting enough protein at dinner, and that you're not eating a ton of carbs that are giving you a huge blood sugar spike, and then 2 hours later you're craving sugar. So very whole food meal at dinner, and that you're eating enough. And then at night, have a boundary for yourself. Like, it helps me so much to just tell myself, like, I'm not gonna eat after 7. And it just makes the decision making, like, I'm not like pondering, like, am I gonna have something, am I not? It's just like, nope, it's after 7, I'm not gonna eat anything. And being flexible in the event that it's like I have like a special event one night and going out to dinner with someone or something like that. But for the most part, like, general behavior, it's just like, I'm not gonna eat after 7. And it's so helpful. And I was talking to my friend Brett about this. It's helpful for her, and I've done this with clients, and it just makes you so much more mindful, not just mindlessly eating on the couch, in bed. And just, if you do find yourself going to reach for food, like, see if you can get a tea, go get a sparkling water. If you want something really sweet, maybe you try getting some like element electrolytes and put those in your water and see if that knocks out the craving. So it's trying different things for yourself, but give things like multiple tries. Don't just try it once, like one meditation, and then it's like, no, this didn't work. Like, create the routine, let yourself get consistent with it. With the herbal tea, like, your body will adapt a new patterning. So if every time you're stressed at night and you grab an herbal tea, that's going to become the new pattern. Versus, I'm stressed, go get sugar. I'm stressed, go get sugar. Like, I know that was my patterning. And so every time I was stressed, it was like, my body was like, where's the sweets? But then for me, it was grabbing a club soda in those moments, a Topo Chico. And then my body, I would get stressed and I'd be like, where's my Topo Chico? And it was so helpful. It just gives that space. Like, let me reach for this first and breathe it down. And something that's helpful with the tea, with the Topo, with water, is thinking about it as your calming water. As you drink it, just like you're drinking in calm. You're drinking in security and safety. Like, everything's okay. And just like letting yourself breathe really slowly while you drink. Just calm everything back down. So I hope this is helpful. Recap for this. Number 1, try to balance your blood sugar throughout the day. Make sure you're not ravenous when you get home. Bring yourself a protein bar. Things like Epic bars are awesome, or beef jerky, or boiled eggs, like something with protein that's going to satiate you. Not let yourself get too hungry when you get home, so you end up binging for dinner. Or if your blood sugar is erratic during the day, then it's going to be a lot harder to not have cravings at night. So balancing that. Number 2 is doing a meditation in the afternoon. Finding some sort of stillness where you can just let go and have space for yourself, so you're not seeking food for that. Number 3 is the time boundaries and creating these new habits at night with the hot teas, the club soda, and just creating more mindfulness around when you're reaching for something. And get curious with yourself. Why am I reaching for this? What am I feeling? What am I not willing to feel? Do I just need comfort? Can I go take a hot bath? Can I do some breath work with Ellie? And, I have videos on my YouTube. I do Tuesday nights. I do a breath work 7 to 8. Like, oh my gosh, it'll clear so much stress and things that you may be using or avoiding and eating food for. Breath work has been like so game changing for it's the hands down the most powerful tool I've used in my coaching practice for clients and for myself to release trauma, release emotions, and that's one of the biggest reasons we eat. So I hope this is helpful. If you like and want more tips, feel free to follow and subscribe. And you can connect with me on Instagram at Mindful Belly. Or for more, I also have a podcast called Don't Eat Your Feelings with Mindful Belly. If you're looking for more support and radical accountability, you can check out Coaching with Me, one-on-one coaching. Set up a free strategy session at calendly.com/mindfulbelly, and we can see if we'd be a good fit. All right, I love you guys. One step at a time, one day at a time. You got this.